Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashpika, the channel where we talk a lot about making money online as a creative person, as an artist. Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the strange facts, the weird facts, the amazing facts about the Zazzle, because I have my own experience on the Zazzle for almost like 1.5 years or more than that. So I have a pretty much of the stuffs going in the background, and also I talk with other designers on the Zazzle as well, and I found some of the very strange weird facts, and some of them are amazing, so I'm gonna be sharing. So hopefully if you are selling on a Zazzle or you're looking forward to one, you're gonna keep these things in mind. Let's begin. Before diving, give this video a big thumbs up, guys, if you really enjoyed this content, and consider subscribing because it really supports me and my channel, and I really appreciate new subscribers. And if you're looking forward to grow your Zazzle shop or to make more money, then I have two products for you. One is a Zazzle tutorial beginners kit. If you're starting on the Zazzle, it has a tutorials that you could very well use to watch them, and you can open up your shop. The tips and strategies, a lot more is there in the beginners kit. The second one is the Zazzle workbook planner that is kind of like dedicating to help you make more money. Okay, it's not a tutorial, it's a PDF download which you can download. You can fill it out. There is a written in above instructions, and below are the space for you to write about your shop. Both the product links in description box below, you can check it out. And even if you want to have some free products, the links are in description box as well. Guys, I just forgot to mention you that we have updated our Global Arte Club membership. Now every single month you're gonna get a cool new video lesson or new workshop along with the Global Arte digital magazine. Along with, you're also gonna get the PDF downloads and getting featured in our Global Art directory. So we have updated the Global Arte Club membership. The link is in description box below. Make sure you do check it out, and if you're interested, then we'll join it out. Now let's get straight into the video. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the strange weird fact. But before that, I want to cover that we are about to end with the February, so the next week's video would be really interesting, the February updates. So stay tuned with me, because guys, I'm gonna be covering amazing updates for the February for the Zazzle, Creative Fabrica, Teepublic, and for more about in depth in the next video about the February updates. So stay tuned with me. Now let's talk about the first strange fact which I found, is that if you are a real artist, if you are an artist like me, you're gonna be finding a hard way to sell on Zazzle. Yes, it's a strange fact. It's a fact. I can tell you based on my own experience that I've seen other artists selling on the Zazzle. Like, if you are a real artist who's creating their work, whether on a piece of paper or the canvas or digital art, you're gonna find it hard, because you are creating an art by your own expression, by your own creativity, whatever it is, and it's beautiful, it's amazing. But on the Zazzle, people are looking for the templates. They are not looking for buying a piece of art. Of course, some people do look for buying a piece of art for posters or canvases, but most of the people are looking for purchasing a template, an invitation template, or they are looking for purchasing a card or a t-shirt, okay, which may or may not contain an art. A simple quote can do the job. So oftentimes the artist like me, and if you are also an artist, you would find this difficulty selling on the Zazzle, because if you are not combining the template concept with your art, then it's gonna be really hard to get the sales in the beginning, and I totally get it. Unless you promote your shop heavily on social media in front of your own audience, then that's a different stuff. But if you are relying on these Zazzle SEO, then this is gonna be a little bit hard. But what you could do differently, which I did personally, like I create the watercolor art, I create the acrylic art, or different forms of the art medium I do work upon. I combine these art with the templates. Like, I have a beautiful watercolor background which I create on a piece of paper, I digitize them, and then I have a beautiful background on the card, for example. Okay, this is just an example. For example, I have that beautiful watercolor background on a card, and now I'm writing a text above it so people can use it as a template, that particular background. So I'm selling my art as well, plus people are getting what they are looking for, that as well. So that's a strange weird fact number one. The fact number two is about new designers we're going to find hard to rank in the beginning on Zazzle. This is not just for the Zazzle. I think this is for most of the other print-on-demand websites. In fact, most of the online marketplace out there, they work according to the sales history. If your product is new, you don't have that much of the sales history in the beginning, and I totally get it, because it's obvious. So it's gonna take some time to rank on Zazzle, or if you're selling on other platform. I've seen this thing with the Etsy as well. Like if you don't have the sales history, it's gonna be really hard for you in the beginning to rank higher on the Etsy. Because these platforms are wired in a way that they're gonna promote or keep their products which are getting them the sales higher in the search engine, because they care about the customer. They see that if someone is purchasing one product 10 times, 20 times, that means that product has a sales history. That means that people are searching for it, and then they're gonna push that particular content higher in the search engine. So if you are a new shop owner on Zazzle, new designer, then you really need to have a hard time in the beginning to get the sales to rank on the Zazzle. So instead of actually focusing on the traffic, how many views you're getting, where I'm getting, going into the tags, this and that detail, focus on getting the sales. Focus on getting the first few initial sales and then build up your store according to it. The fact number 3. Zazzle can be a lot of the work. Of course, most of them is a print on demand, it's a passive income, and I totally get it, but it could be a lot of the work to make these templates, to make these editable templates and sell them on the Zazzle. And with that being said, another fact number 4 I have for you is you need to have more products to make significant amount on Zazzle. Now, of course, if you are promoting heavily on social media or among your followers with 10 products, 20 products, and that's a different story. But if you're relying on completely on the Zazzle SEO, you need to have more products. 10 products may not gonna make you $1,000 a month. It makes sense, right? Unless you are promoting heavily on social media and bringing the customer via that, then that's a different stuff. If you're relying on the Zazzle SEO, you need to upload more products and you need to be consistent on that. Because they need to see that the designer is creating new product, bringing in new designs to the market, a new kind of a template to the market, and if they see that the people are buying into or they are going into, then they're gonna promote your product heavily on the platform so that you get the sales as well, plus they also make money from that. It's beneficial for both the parties, but that's the way this platform works. And I think that most of the platform work in that way. If you're having a 5 listing on the Etsy, then it's really hard to get the sales in the beginning if you're relying on the Etsy SEO without any sales history, okay? But if you're having a little bit more inventory, like 10 products, 20 products, 30 products on the Etsy, then it would be a little bit more higher because it increases your chances to be found on the Etsy. That was just an example from the Etsy, but you can relate that you need to have more products on these marketplaces to make significant amount of money if you are relying on their SEO. It makes sense. And it's obvious. Strange fact, another strange fact is sales are not equal all throughout the year. Q4 is amazing. But when you go back to the Q1, January, February, March are really slow in comparison to the Q4. Now, it's not just for the Zazzle, but I've seen personally for the Zazzle, it happens a lot. Sales were randomly amazing in the Q4, but when it comes to the Q1, the sales drop down a lot, especially for the Christmas products. This fact is not just for the Zazzle, it can be applicable to other platforms, other businesses as well, but that's what the reality is. And I'm covering, and I want to be really honest with you because I've seen my sales dropping after the December in the January and February. So I can see that, and if you see that your sales are dropping, understand that this is normal. Don't beat yourself up if you see that the sales are low in the January and February, because you can't control much of the stuff over here. You can bring the traffic from outside and promote your shop, but apart from that, you can't do much over here. A strange fact, paper products sell more than the other product on the Zazzle. Now this may seem counterintuitive because I personally don't sell too much of the invitation. I do have the invitation, but I don't sell it because I'm not actively creating it. But paper products sell well on the Zazzle. Of course, home decor items, other products also sell, but paper products sell more than that. And also, if you're having a shop which is not focusing on the paper products, you're still gonna make a good amount of money. But if you're having a paper-based shop and you're targeting the right niche and you're getting the sales, then you're gonna make more money via that. Because Zazzle is focusing more on the paper products, and now they are coming up with the digital products, printable invitation, printable poster, printable cards, then this is something people are gonna go more into the printables, going to go more into the paper products even more. So that's a strange fact. Still, you're gonna make a good amount of money if you're going into the home decor product items or other items, okay? But this is just general, my own research, what I've seen working on the Zazzle, the paper products sell more. For me, even though I create more other products than the paper products, but I've seen that the paper products sell multiple times than those products. Okay, that's a strange fact, but that's the truth. Another strange fact which I find is there is a huge competition if you are going with the invitations, if you're going with the cards, if you're going with the stickers, if you're going with these basic products, the basic paper product, there is a huge competition. If you are looking forward to design the wedding and you're looking for designing a wedding invitation on Zazzle, and you're targeting a general niche without much research, then it's gonna be hard in the beginning to get the sales for the invitation, because invitation, many shops sell the invitation. In fact, I've seen a couple of these shops on the Zazzle focusing entirely on the invitations, and they're having thousands of invitations, not just a few hundreds. So there is a huge competition in the invitation, and I think that you can't beat the other shop over here. You can't copy, can't compare, you can't even beat them, because they are using all the beautiful graphics, illustrations, which feels overwhelming for a new designer. Yes, for me, I am not a wedding stationery designer, I'm not a one, but I learned when I started with the Zazzle, it was overwhelming in the beginning, and I totally get it. To see all those beautiful invitations popping up on the Zazzle right on the first homepage, and you looking forward to target the wedding invitation, you feel like, what? It's a lot of the work. How I'm gonna do it? Where I'm gonna do this and that? So it can be overwhelming. Another strange fact is that you have to be a designer on the Zazzle rather than an artist. This is very, very weird, because there is a difference between the designer and the artist. A graphic designer doesn't always need to know how to draw or how to paint. They need to know about where the fonts come, where the graphics comes, where the pictures come. They need to know about that. But an artist doesn't know how to design the stuff. They are more focusing on creating the art. They're more focusing on how to draw, how to paint. They are more focusing on that. So if you are an artist like me, you're gonna find it hard in the beginning to become a designer on Zazzle, because you have to be in that designer mode. You have to know where to place the fonts, which fonts to use, and how to place the graphics, which color themes to go for, what the tradition look like. It gonna be a hard. And this is a strange fact which I find specifically on Zazzle, which I don't find on the Redbubble. Redbubble is not an editable platform. You can't edit the templates there. The people just buy the product like that only. But when it comes to the Zazzle, people added them. That means more flexibility, that means more complications. And with that being said, you have to be a good designer, or you have to be know some sort of a designing stuff too on Zazzle. If you don't know in the beginning, learn from the platform. That's what I did. I learned from the platform, because I'm not a designer, simply. I am more of an artist than being a designer. So I learned from the platform. I looked at the other designers or other invitations or other products in the online space. I learned from how the color themes work, where to adjust the font, where to place this and that, how to write the font, which fonts go align well with that. Also, depending on that, how well your ideal client need to be served. Like if you're going with the vintage companies, if you're targeting the companies, you won't be going with the handwritten fonts. It doesn't make sense. They need a more professional fonts. You're gonna go with the serif fonts. And if you're going with the kind of like a wedding or birthday parties for babies, for kids, or for going for the female stuff, you won't be using the serif fonts. You're going to be using the handwritten, descriptive, stylish fonts. Okay, this thing I learned from the other designer, from the other products, by doing my research. The other strange fact is your tags on the Zazzle, which I find from the other designer who were talking in my Discord server. Guys, if you haven't joined my Discord server, please join it. The link is in description box below for the people who would like to join it, and it's completely for free. You can join it, you can talk to the other people there on the server, or you can talk with me as well, ask me the questions if you want to. The link of that Discord server is in the description box below. Make sure you join it. So one of the designer on that actually asked me a question about the no indexing tags on the Zazzle, and that was something new for me. So I did a little bit of the research, and I found that when you don't have that much of the sales history, your products may not be indexing, or your product pages may not be indexing well on the Zazzle, or may not be indexing well on the Google. Like if you are trying to find your products or your store, you may not be able to see them when you actually search for that particular specific keyword. So that is something really strange. I think it's not just for the Zazzle. I find this thing similarly for the Redbubble as well, for Teepublic as well. I'm not sure why these platforms do that, but that's what the case is. But once they see that your products is getting the sales and you're making some money from those products, they are making some money from those products, then you're gonna see your products were going to rank better on those platforms. Another strange fact which I want to cover is when you go on a Zazzle, you're gonna find on the first home page or any of the most recent pages, you're gonna find the products that are very, very complicated in terms of the design. Like specifically for the invitation, if I see, you're gonna see one text over here, one small text, and then one graphic coming here, then this thing coming over here, then this thing, this thing, this thing. And if you are new, you're gonna see it's a lot of the work, okay? So you would be thinking, I have to make this kind of product, or I have to make a similar kind of product to sell on the Zazzle. So that is a strange fact, that you don't have to go with those niches to have all those complicated graphics on your design to make sales on the Zazzle. Personally, I focus more on the niches which are very simple and very minimal. So if you're targeting the minimal design, you're gonna make money on the Zazzle. So you don't have to go with those crazy design ideas, with those crazy text, fonts, graphics to make money on Zazzle. You can be having a very simple minimal design and still you can make a good amount of money on Zazzle. That is a strange fact, but I think that this strange fact is very relaxing in terms of the designer, in terms of designing the products. Like something for, like if you are something like me, I personally like the designs which is very simple and very minimal, easy for me to look into it. Not much complicated for me to add it as well, for also for my customer, plus also way more spacious in terms of the design. Like I don't see one graphic here, another one is here, like everyone like a jungle on the canvas. I don't see, like I feel like more empty spaces are there, people can write it freely. So personally I like those kind of designs more. So you're gonna make money if you have those kind of designs. So you don't have to go with those bulky looking designs, stuff tagged over here and there. You don't have to focus on that. You can. Strange fact which I found about the Zazzle is their print on demand product profit is very less. Of course, you can increase from 5% to 15%, but you can't go higher than. If you're going higher than, then the Zazzle will going to place the charges on your product. And you won't be able to sell well because all the products are ranging from 5 to 15% range on the Zazzle. So the profit margin is very less in comparison to other print-on-demand platforms like on the Redbubble and all other platforms. So this is another strange fact which I find in the beginning when I see that only 5% profit is there. Only 5% commission is there. Or another strange fact, but this one is really amazing fact, that you can make 6-figure in profit on Zazzle. You can make it. In fact, many of the designers who you see as a diamond badge, platinum badge has made 6-figure in profit in earning on Zazzle. So this thing, your shop on Zazzle is 100% scalable. You can make from some 5-figure profit to 6-figure in profit. In fact, I've seen some designers making $1 million so far on Zazzle. It obviously takes them a time. It doesn't happen in a year or two. It takes them 5 years or 6 years or something like that. But it's 100% possible to become a 6-figure business owner by having a Zazzle shop. In profit, I'm talking about the profit, guys. I'm not talking about the revenue over here. Revenue is far more than that. You already know that. So that's a strange fact, but it's really amazing. Like you can make a 6-figure income. Like you can become a millionaire on Zazzle as just being a designer. And that's 100% doable. Obviously, gonna take you time. It won't happen a year or two. It's gonna take you 5 years, 6 years, or maybe more than that, or less than that, whatever it is, but it's 100% doable. Last fact that I want to cover, obviously there would be more facts, and if you see that I didn't cover your fact, or if you know something more or less about the Zazzle, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm gonna add it to another strange fact, another series or another video series that I'm gonna be making in future. So let me know in the comment section below if I haven't covered your own strange fact which you find on the Zazzle. The last strange fact I want to cover, which is amazing, is this thing is very fulfilling, very satisfying to see your art selling, to see people using your art, to reviewing your products, sending you beautiful messages. All these things is really fulfilling and satisfying to the soul. Plus also you don't need to do much of the marketing if you're relying on the Zazzle SEO. Like I do the marketing on the Pinterest, but I'm not actively promoting it. So I'm actually focusing more on Zazzle SEO or Google SEO, whatever you call it. So this is something more satisfying, fulfilling, seeing your art selling, more kind of like a passive. You don't have to print the products. Everything is taken care of by the Zazzle. Obviously the profit is not that great, but still it's doable, but it's amazing. Still you can make a good amount of money, and that's the fact. That's an amazing fact, and that's overweighs all the other fact for me. Again, it could be different for you, but let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys, and please stay hang with me because the next week's video would gonna be really interesting in terms of the February updates, because I'm gonna be letting you know about 3 amazing updates which are really amazing, and I'm really excited to let you know. So consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed it, guys. Okay, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye, guys.